Welcome to post-match chat, everybody. Another game in the IPL, and my God, the RCB. What have you done? You just pulverized the Rajasthan Royals by 10 wickets. It wasn't even, it was, I don't even have to get the words out. They completely smashed them. They obliterated them. They completely took them to task. It was extraordinary. And Devdutt Padikkal is the man who kind of led that. I mean, I know the Rajasthan Royals only got 177, which I said only 177. Yes, at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. That's not a big total. We've seen monster scores scored there. And Devdutt Padikkal, who really struggled on those Chennai wickets, man, he was so happy to be in Mumbai. You can tell because he smashed the ball to all parts. Like if I told you before this tournament that Virat Kohli is going to get outshined by one player in his team, you'd say to me maybe, ooh, Glenn Maxwell, AB de Villiers, it could be any of these guys, but you never thought it would be Devdutt Padikkal. Like Devdutt Padikkal scoring 140, 52 balls never even came into your mind. Like imagine that they opened the batting together. Virat Kohli got 72 or 47. Any other day, like that, a highlight performance, but Devdutt Padikkal just pounded the Rajasthan Royals bowlers. It was incredible, man. It was absolutely extraordinary. What an innings from him as well. 101 from 52 balls, 6 sixes in that as well. And they really pounced on that power play. Let's talk about power plays for a second, because when the Rajasthan Royals were batting, their power play was miserable. They were struggling. They didn't know what to do. Mohammad Siraj bowling a hard length, and we've seen that bowling a hard length, going full and letting the ball do things off that surface is all you can do in Mumbai. You don't want to put it in the slot so people can bet underneath it and smash it. You don't want to leave that driving space. You want to bowl it full, just back of that driving length or full of that driving length. And today we saw the dividends that length paid for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Mohammad Siraj in particular, superb. Jos Buttler has a problem now because I think around the world, whether it's T20 cricket, one-day cricket, test cricket, bowlers are going to start bowling straight at his stumps, just following him, cramping him for room. They will not give him any room outside off stump. They won't go for the nick-offs and things like that like they used to. Mohammad Siraj demonstrating the perfect strategy is Jos Buttler, which is just to follow him. If he tries to make room to smash the ball through the covers, you follow him and attack that leg stump, which he did. He hit that leg stump, and it kind of triggered a little mini collapse again for the Rajasthan Royals. Manan Vora couldn't really get going. He went to Jameson. Sanju Samson, who's already got that century, he was the big hope for the Rajasthan Royals to cash in on this excellent wicket. I can't reiterate that enough. It's a fantastic batting surface. And the Rajasthan Royals, they could do nothing. They really couldn't get going. Sanju Samson with a nothing shot to Washington Sundar. He smashes him for 6, and the next ball, he doesn't really know what he's doing. Just a nothing shot. And Maxwell takes a very, very easy catch. Maybe the easiest catch he's ever taken. It was just, simple. And then Mohammad Siraj, first ball to David Miller, he hits him with this ferocious Yorker. It looked like, if you're watching it live, it looked like it hit the middle of the bat. But actually, it hit his toe first. It glances his toe first, and it was plumb. They reviewed it, a successful review as well for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. But, I mean, that's how you do it. You bowl full and you bowl Yorkers. We saw that all the way through. From the Royal Challengers Bangalore. People keep telling, the Yorker, it's out of fashion. It's all about slow bouncers, mixing up your pace, wide deliveries, letting the batsman chase it. Well, that's not what the RCB did. They bowled Yorkers, loads of them today. Harshal Patel, who's still the top wicket taker in the tournament, he bowled brilliantly, especially when he came back early doors. He took a little bit of a pounding with Shivam Dube. Shivam Dube's got this reputation of being a big hitter. To finally today, showed glimpses of that. He got 46 from 32 deliveries, 2 big sixes in that as well. Did a really good job with Riyan Parag. They really kind of got Rajasthan Royals into a good position, because you got to remember at one stage they were 43 for 4 and really staring down the barrel. And that old thing that everybody says, 3 wickets in a power play means you're going to lose the match. If you lose 3 wickets in a power play, you're going to lose the match. And they turned it around. They gave themselves a very competitive total. Rahul Tewatia, beautiful cameo from him as well. 40 from 23 balls, exactly what his team needed. But again, even to Tewatia, and you got to remember, Tevatia's got 2 different strike rates. Before he gets to 10, it's 100. When he gets past 20, it's 200. Tevatia's strike rate is, a game of 2 halves. So to keep him tied up, as they sort of did, I know it looks like 40 of 23. If you look at the scoreboard, you think, well, he did all right. He must have gotten away with it. They actually bowled really, really well to Tewatia, didn't really give him the space. And when he finally got his hands across one, he pulled it straight to the man at mid-wicket, and he managed to get himself out. So again, just these little, little twists, and those back-to-back wickets from Harshal Patel in the final over as well. Nearly took another hat-trick. Harshal Patel loves taking wickets in the final over. In the very first game of this year's IPL, he got 3 wickets in the first over, and now he's managed to take another 2 in the last one on a hat-trick. Had a very good shot as well, but didn't get there in the end. So 177 is what the Rajasthan Royals got, and they'd be pleased. 43 for 4, 3 wickets in a power play. You managed to scoot your way to 177. You think, well, we've done all right here, boys. We've actually got a decent total together. This is defendable. Not at all, because Virat Kohli and Devdutt Padikkal came in and went crazy, like straight away. Massive strike rates. In the power play, they managed to get to 60 odd. They really, really, really were unrelenting, taking advantage of the surface. The bowlers didn't know what to do. We're talking about Chris Morris. He went for 12 runs and over. Chetan Sakaria, he actually bowled a little bit better than everybody else, but even he went for 35 in his 4. Shreyas Gopal, who started out, he was getting hit for 6s and 4s and everything. Really struggling. Mustafizur, the fizz, so much around the fizz, but even he got hit for a couple of 6s, couple of 4s. At that point, it was kind of academic. Tivatia looking for a bit of golden arm action. He went for 23 as well. Parag went for 14 in his over. So it's just a smorgasbord of a battering, really, which leaves Rajasthan Royals at the bottom of the table. Yesterday, the Punjab Kings were at the bottom of the table, but this is such a big loss. 10 wickets, right? 10 wickets with 3.5 overs to spare. 21 deliveries to spare. That's... that is a battering. That is brutality. That is just unfair. Stop the match. Please stop will somebody stop the damn match? It's unbelievable, that level of carnage that the RCB created today. And fittingly, the RCB are back at the top. Yesterday, Chennai were on top of the IPL. Today, RCB are on top of the IPL with 8 points, 2 points clear of everybody else. Now, all the teams have played 4 games. Royal Challengers Bangalore played 4. 1-4, Virat Kohli on top of the world. Well, on top of the Indian Premier League, at least, right? And, it's hard to see anybody beating them with a performance like that. So strong with the ball. They might think they let the Rajasthan Royals get away a little bit and get a few more runs than they should have done, but they chased it down with an absurd amount of ease. This is very promising. They didn't even have to get to the likes of Glenn Maxwell or A.B. de Villiers or Washington Sundar or Carl Jamieson or Shabazz Ahmed, Harshal Patel. They can all bat. They didn't need to worry about that at all. Devdutt Padikkal back in form. This is huge for the RCB, and they're looking very, very strong. So with that being said, it's all RCB. Devdutt Padikkal, obviously the man of the match. I think nobody's going to dispute that. Makes sense, right? He was the best batsman by far in both teams. It was quite a spectacular performance from him, one that most people will remember as a statement piece, really, for somebody people have been saying, oh, he's a little bit out of touch, or maybe, he needs to work on this, he needs to work on that. Doesn't need to work on anything, mate. He kind of smashed it. He was absolutely superb. Now, tomorrow's game is the Punjab Kings versus the Mumbai Indians. Again, teams with contrasting fortunes. Mumbai Indians, after that first loss, have come back strongly back into the tournament. The Punjab Kings have won 1 game, but then faltered ever since and now sit second last in the IPL. So a big game tomorrow. That's going to be in Chennai. It will be a little bit more difficult to bat there than it is in Mumbai. The wicket's got a lot more in it for the seamers and the spinners. So we'll see what happens then. But until then, thanks for joining us. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe to Post-Match Chat and hit this with a thumbs up. Leave us a nice comment. Tell us, by the way, what did you make of that performance from RCB? Clinical, absolutely clinical. Do you see a future for this Devdutt Padikkal guy? Do you think this guy's going to be wearing an Indian shirt at any point in the future? Tell me. And until then, my name is Aatif Nawaz. You've been watching Post-Match Chat, and we are done.